All right, so we're gonna start off with, I'm looking over here because my notes are over here. I'm about to pull them off the freaking thing and just like call it a day. Okay, so we're gonna start off with vision. Now, what is a vision? I'm getting a little warm here, so there we go. What is a vision? A vision is really, a visual representation of like what your goals, your dreams, and how you feel you want them to be and everything. This is the creation of like the life you want for yourself and those you care about that are directly around you. Think about like how you want to feel, how you want to, what kind of person do you want to better feel like? You know what? The best version of yourself, the best life that you want for yourself. And you can want simple things. And we'll get into that as we get deeper into this conversation. Okay, so first, I want to let you know, we're going to go into steps here. Number one is going to get clear on your why. If you do not know why you want these things, then there's no vision, because you're going to fall right on your face before you even get started. You know what I mean? So like get clear on your why, because your why is what's going to help drive your vision forward. So what is my why, for example? Well, you got to get specific, because you can be vague as ever. Oh, I want to be debt free. Okay, great, but go even further. What do you want to have the money for? What do you want? What do you want for life? And you know what I mean? Like, okay, so I want to have more time with my family. Okay, we'll go even more in depth with that. So here's an example. I've already told Rob by his birthday next year, December 2021, that I'm retiring him by then. So that gives me now almost 2 years to retire him. This is a promise. I was very precise on what I want to do, and I went very much in depth as to what I want to do. I want to create a full-time future for myself. And yes, I absolutely want to be debt-free. Awesome. That's great, Taylor. I'm glad your vision, whether you make it through digital, and we're going to get into the steps of doing all of that as well. Your vision is what's going to create, the momentum. Your why is going to push that vision. You know what I mean? So everything is kind of in a forward motion. It all feeds into one another. You want to be able to, take your kids out and go do these things with them. You want to take them to Legoland, or you want to take them to Disney, or, be very specific. Like, what is your why? You want financial freedom. Why? You know what I mean? Like, that's what's going to drive you. Reflect and take time on these things. Like, do not rush it. Reflect on it. Reflect and figure out, like, where you've been, what you're going through currently, what you've gone through in the past, whether it's how you feel, how you felt, and also, where you've been, what you're dealing with, and where you want to go. Like, these 3 steps and lists are what's going to drive that catapult forward. So, where you've been, where you are now, and where you want to be. And the same thing is how you felt, how you feel now, how you want to feel. Internally, externally, all the above. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be so precisely in depth. So there is no guessing games. There is no take backsies. You know what? You want that. That's going to drive you the momentum. Because there's going to be days, there's going to be weeks where you don't want to do a gosh darn thing. And you're like, you know what? Nah, I'll put that on the back burner. Trust me, having a chronic disease like myself in this past couple of weeks has been hell for momentum in my business and in my life and everything. But I drive forward anyway because my vision is very clear. My why is very clear. And, next decide, like, if you want to have it digital only, and with digital, it's got to be on something like your iPad, your phone, your laptop, your computer, something you see every day that you're going to see this. Or do you want it to be, a physical form? And this could be, or you want it to be both. Physical form could be one of 2 ways. It could be a printout of the one you created on your digital, or it could be something that you find a bunch of pictures either through magazines or, family pictures of your family and put words with them and everything, or things you print out and you cut out and you create a physical board. Now, with a physical board, obviously you need glue, you need scissors, you need the board itself, you need images that you've hunted down everywhere, and some people need a form in that way. And that's A-okay. You just got to be very specific, like which one do you want? I personally am a digital girl. Now I'm going to be printing it out because I literally want to plaster it everywhere throughout my house. For the longest time, and in my living room still, I have things that are written out on my wall that I have taped to my wall that I know I want to remind myself constantly. I have positivity things all throughout the house because there's a reason for that, because I want to be reminded every day. You want to be reminded something every day so you keep going forward towards it. So put it everywhere, in your bathroom, in your bedroom, like wake up so it's right there so you can see it. You know what I mean? Put it in your bathroom so when you close that bathroom door, it's right there for you to stare at. Obviously put it high enough if you have young kids. You don't want them taking off with it. Mine would do that. And my youngest is not super young, but he's a boy and they're very grabby. But, you can use something like a big, humongous poster board, cork board. It's up to you. The sky's the limit. Just figure out what's personally your preference, really. And don't go with like, oh, well, somebody else was doing that one, so I should totally do with that one. No, go with what the type of person you are and utilize that. All right, and the next step is really like writing down your goals, getting big and deep with your goals. What is it that you want for yourself? And I'm going to go in depth with mine afterwards once we go through this, guys, because what I want you to do right now is take all the notes from this. This will be live. This will be recorded on here afterwards. But still, I want you to take as much notes as possible in regards to this, because this is going to help you look back on to create your vision. If it was just ongoing notes, that's, something that you're just going to keep stuffing away, that I would be like, don't waste your time. But this is something that I want you ladies to work on from now, after Sarah's call or whatever, tomorrow morning. Some of you have already started working on yours, writing down a bunch of things, which is amazing. But I want you to go through and do that, because what I'm going to do is next Monday, I'm going to ask you guys each to either screenshot, take a picture, and send it either directly to me or post it into our hub, because I think it'll be a big inspiration for others, as well as also accountability for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like you guys show up every day in the fit camps. You're showing up every day, posting your meals. Even if you're not posting pictures, you're writing in what you did today, yesterday, a few days ago. You're posting in your sweaty selfies. You're doing all those things because it's holding you accountable. It's the same thing with this. And it'll be the same gosh darn thing with your business, because this vision is what's going to help hold you accountable day in and day out. All right, so yes, write down your goals and be very precise with those. And make sure they're goals that you want for you, that you really deep down in your heart want for your family, for you, all around, because there's got to be meaning there. There's got to be something that you can physically have, or that feeling for. Also, I'm trying to think of what else I was going to say. Oh, your wants. So your wants. You are allowed to want things. Like, you don't have to feel guilty about wanting things. There is nothing wrong with wanting stuff for yourself. I honestly think it's more selfish when you don't think of yourself first. Moms are definitely guilty of it. I used to be majorly guilty of not thinking for myself first. And it was always my kids. And I realized I'm not giving them my best self, because I was thinking, myself secondary. But you cannot do that. Like, that's not okay. It's very selfish at the end of the day, because if you're not putting you first, how are you giving your best version of yourself? You're not. So figure out what it is that you want. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even gonna lie, when you guys see my vision board, like I have literally what I want on there is I want boobs. Like I want perky, filled in boobs. I don't want huge boobs. Will I buy myself those things? Oh, yes, I will. But those are something I know I really want. Have fun with it. Like, of course, the creating of the board is fun, but like have fun with like the things that you really want. Like I want to be able to go out and get my nails done weekly without me having to do them at home. I want to be able to go out to dinner when I feel like it on a constant basis without having to check the bank account. I want to be able to freaking, whatever, get eyelash extensions on a constant basis. I want to treat myself to a spa day, once a month. Like things like that. It's okay to want things. And then think about how you want to feel. It's not just the things that you want that are going to help you feel, because you know what? A set of boobs, or a boob lift or whatever else, or your nails done weekly, if you want to do them, that's a-okay. If that helps you feel better about you, don't feel guilty about wanting that. Don't worry about what somebody else thinks about, oh gosh, they might judge me. No, who cares? Figure out what you want, because that's what's going to make you happy. It does not make you fake. But how are you watching this in the other room? Oh my goodness. So, no, but it doesn't make you fake by wanting these things. You're being real by owning it and saying, I want this for myself. So, and then the next thing, like I said, is think about how you want to feel. Like, how do you want to be for your best self? Like, one of my visions on my board is that I want to follow, because I hadn't done it in a long time, is follow a nutrition guideline to a T with a program. Be very precise on it. Be intentional. Yeah, every once in a while have a hiccup, but don't like disregard the entire freaking, nutrition guide and just like do the workouts. Or, I want to finish a program fully out because I want to feel like I accomplished something. Like I want successful before and after photos. And I don't really consider them before and afters. I feel like I consider it like a before and a continuing on, because we're always evolving in our own, ourselves. How do you want to feel on the inside? Do you want to feel refreshed? Do you want to feel, unapologetically you? Do you want to feel, like letting loose without guilt? Like you can literally add words onto your vision board. One of mine is focused, because I want to be more focused. I am a scatterbrain, and I'm getting better at being focused. That is one of my words for 2020 is focused, intentional. You know what I mean? So those are really, like, for the most part, is what I wanted to go through for you guys. And like I said, make sure you put it in places that you want to. Oh, and once you get active going and putting your board together, it is okay. Hi, Stacey. It is okay to have spaces, because I'll tell you right now, when I first started out with my vision board, and not this year's is like completely like cluttered and everything's on top of each other, and it's absolutely amazing. My first vision board, when I first started coaching, I had a lot of gaps, and I actually felt guilty about it, and I wasn't as in depth as I'm like discussing with you ladies, because back then on that team, I wasn't as guided like we are here. Like we have so much wealth of knowledge and so much wealth of, caring, kind hearts on this team that it is so great. But, I didn't create this, elaborate board that I, wanted, and I didn't evolve it. So I'm telling you right now, it is okay to have gaps in your board, because guess what? As you're growing, there's more things you're going to want to add onto it. There's more goals you're going to want to set for yourself. There's more things that you probably will want for you or your family, or, how you want to feel. You want to add on things. That space on there is a-okay to have there, to add those things. And, that it's more excitement than anything. You can be like, hey, I have a space. I need to fill that in with something. I got to work towards these goals that much harder so I can add something else onto that spot. You know what I mean? So I am actually going to go in right now into this live, and I'm going to actually post in the comments my picture, because I want you guys to actually be able to see picture that I've added, like, you know, the creation that I did for my vision board. And I will give you guys a word of advice. So with doing these, I will tell you right now, when you're creating one digital, make sure you know the dimensions that you're going to be adding it on, because I did it for my phone, and the dimensions that I added, and apparently it won't let me add the freaking picture. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to add the picture afterwards. Yeah, I'm going to have to add the picture afterwards, but I'm going to go through my vision board with you guys, and I'm going to explain some of the stuff, and then you guys will be able to see it afterwards. Word of advice: figure out what you want to put it on for your vision, you know, iPad, phone, or whatnot, and get the dimensions, because with digital, that leads me into another thing, digital, a couple good apps are Canva, they're free, Canva's free, and PicMonkey. I can type those into the comments afterwards as well. But with that said, you want it to be able to fit your screen, you know, correctly. So when I put it on my phone, when I created it for my phone size, it didn't pop up well on my iPad. And I look at my iPads, you know, daily, day in and day out. Like literally behind all those apps is my vision board, and I can scroll it so I can see it all by itself. So a lot of the things that are on my vision board, I'll explain to you now. So I have, for one of the biggest ones for me, and I have sections. I have business ones, I have personal ones, I have home ones, and I have things I want for my family. And I have these each all broken out into sections. So one of them is, you know, I want to help 150 people, 150 women feel badass this year. Like, create your board for a year. I won't ask you ladies to worry about. Yes, it will, Jen. It really will work better for you, digitally wise, especially like you said, because you're going to be trying to find everything while you're, you know, remodeling your house. It's just going to cause chaos in your head. It's all contained in this one spot. And, you know, as you're searching online, be specific. Like, I have spots, like ideas of what I want for my home gym to look like. Like, I want a home gym. So I have two different pictures that you guys will see in the, you know, when I post it in. I have two different pictures of what I want and ideas to pull from for my home gym. You know, I have a picture of the house kind of that I want, because I want a home on a particular beach that we have over here. You know, I have created things that I want for the next year that I'm gunning for. And they're big goals, but guess what? I have a lot of hunger. So, and you know, a couple of things, my kids are downstairs, so I cannot say them out loud that I want for the family. But you guys will see what I want for my family afterwards, because it's a surprise I want that for them to surprise them with for Christmas that I'm gunning for. But I also want a Frenchie. Like, I want this, you know, I want a couple Frenchies actually, but I want a French Bulldog. And that's one of my goals. As you guys know, they're expensive. I want to be able to hug Tony Robbins. You know, Tony Robbins is an amazing, you know, mentor and personal development teacher, and he's so wise, and I just want to hug him, because every day I meditate with Tony Robbins. You know, I have, you know, I want to heal all my ailments, literally all of them. And the thing is I have the same ongoing ones. I have a shoulder injury, I have MS. Like, I want to heal these things and put them into remission. I have gut issues. I have laser hair removal. I have my boob job on there. You know, I have nails weekly, like I said. Like, I want to travel at leisure with my husband and my kids when we feel like it. You know, I have that I'm going to be a 6-figure freaking business by the end of this year. That is going to happen, just saying. You know, I have by July to fully finish my e-journal. And I'm not going to go into everything, but like, you guys get the gist of it. Like, just be clear and also have fun with it, and put words on it. Add meaning and value to it, because just if you put a picture without a certain set of words, doesn't add value, because it might not, if it's a picture of a house that's not the specific one, you're like, I want that house. That's where it's going to be like, you know what? Oh yeah, great. There's a house that I want. I want a house. No, be specific. Like, I have a house that I want my house to be similar, like, and I want a house on Folly Beach. And I literally have that written out. Like, this is what I want. So make sure you're clear to yourself what it is that you want for yourself. All right, ladies, thank you very much for hopping on here. I hope you guys had, a lot of takeaways from this, a lot of notes that's going to help you create this vision board. And I'm so excited to see all of your vision boards. I really am. It's a lot of fun. It really is. But do these tasks first prior to it. Like dig deep, because I know deep down in there, deep down in here, there's stuff that you want, and add it all. Do not hold back. Set your soul on fire and just let loose and dream bigger than you've ever been able to dream before. Alrighty, ladies. I hope you guys have a good evening, and I'll see you guys on the next call at 8 o'clock with Sarah's team.